and grab these points. So Lampier now working hard. That's an indication of just how hard it is. He's out of the saddle, or he was, dancing on the pedals, but Lampier is now being swept up, and now it's Kanitsky, the Frenchman, who's a triple world champion, looking to try and add to the 5 that he picked up in Ride in the Isle of Wight. Yes, Kanitsky crosses the line first and gets maximum points. Now on comeback, we'll have to see where Stewart finished there. He was either 4th or 5th. I'm just wondering whether that little bit of argy-bargy made him lose his position.
Well, no matter what, the pace is up. Ed Clancy there for JLT Condor, just towards the back.
And there is the official result of Sprint 1. Morgan Kanitsky from Rally GAC getting the 5. Johnny McAvoy the 4. Bergfeldt the 3. Christian House got the 2. And the 1 went to Tom Stewart. So a good start then by the Frenchman, as Christian House now starts to apply the pressure.
So it's the JLT Condor man in the black and the yellow. Christian House loves this circuit, loves the inclines in any of the Tour Series circuits, going on the attack. Good start by Rally GAC so far.
Well, the skipper of the JLT Condor team always is a maximum deliverer. Super pro, as they're now into the sprint lap. He was the winner of the sprint competition in this event last year.
And Tom Stewart just goes through the chicane on the front of the peloton in his white and blue leaders jersey in the points competition. He's chasing down Christian House, who's just got about 10 metres advantage, as he goes into his slipstream and catches the JLT Condor rider.
Well, he certainly limited the gains of the breakaway rider there brilliantly, didn't he? He's a chance to see Stewart on the front now, again trying to go away. Still Van Hoff, the national Aussie champion, his 3rd wheel back, and they are really shaping up now for a gallop for the line.
Yeah, Stewart 5th in the first points competition sprint. He'll be looking for more points. He has Christian House on the wheel, and as you said, we have got the Aussie Criterium champion Steele Van Hoff in 3rd place.
Yep, and Van Hoff can really sprint and turn a nifty pedal, so he's just watching the moves. We got a back marker here. It hasn't taken long, has it, before we start into lap riders? And Rally GAC man just looking to cross as much as to say, well, come on, and the pace slows right down.
But just look at the damage already done. It looks as if there's only about 30 riders left in this main bunch. John Moe just towards the back in that white and red leaders jersey.
This is Morgan Kanitsky taking flight again. Well, he's trying to add another 5 to the full house he got in sprint number 1, and I tell you what, that's the perfect move. He can almost freewheel to the line. Morgan Kanitsky picks up another 5, and Tom Stewart, the overall leader in the points competition, gets 4 for 2nd, so he's now aware of the fact that the Frenchman is putting down a serious challenge.
Looked easy there for the Rally GAC rider as he takes maximum points yet again.
So there's the result. Kanitsky gets another 5, Tom Stewart 2nd for 4, Payton gets the 3, House the 2, and still Van Hoff picking up the 1. So the Frenchman, who is such a talented track rider, is really on fire tonight. There are the standings at the moment. Kanitsky's got 10, 5 ahead of Stewart, House lying 3rd on 4, tying with McAvoy, and Bergfeldt has got 3. Those are the points amassed so far after the 2 sprints completed.
Tom Stewart comes to the front. He's got Christian House beside him, and 2 riders from the Rally GAC who have ridden well in this points competition tonight.
Stewart once again dancing on the pedals as they cross the line and hear the klaxon. Now then, he's going to try and keep an eye out to see where his nearest challenger is tonight. That's Morgan Kanitsky. Round the left-hander. Good to see the roads drying. It means that they can lay the bikes over and not be afraid of crashing. Stewart on the front. He's such a great rider. He had 2 victories to his credit in the series last year, and he certainly loves these circuits.
He rode fantastically well in rides in the individual round there, but it's Rally comes to the front. They're really interested in taking this points competition here in Redditch tonight.
Well, Rally GAC are certainly riding to a game plan tonight. The rangy pole on the front here, Karol Domagilski, he's looking to lead out the Frenchman Morgan Kanitsky. Now remember, Kanitsky's won the 2 sprints so far that have taken place, and a little bit further back, trying to keep an eye on the Frenchman, is Tom Stewart.
Good to see it. Will Bergfeldt also up there in 3rd place, just in the green and the blue and the black for Sports Club Toyota. But just look behind, Tom Stewart is there with Christian House also.
Look, this is the move now. Terrific move here. Great injection of pace by Kanitsky. Kanitsky has distanced himself. Lovely pedalling action, and that of course is why he's a world champion on the track. Kanitsky's gone clear and looking to pick up the 5 points. Yep, he does that. Now then, what about behind? Looks like Stewart again coming up to the line to get second. That's a replication of the previous result for first and second. But what it means is that the Frenchman is really doing a superb job here tonight in Redditch.
He's looked so easy in this points competition here in Redditch, and obviously Rally GAC looking towards that competition tonight.
There's the result. Kanitsky gets another 5. One more than Stewart, with Christian House third. Bergfeldt gets the 2 and Richard Handley gets the 1. So the Yorkshiremen on the front here. As we show you the standings, what it means here is that Morgan Kanitsky with 15, that's a cushion of 6 over Tom Stewart, is the winner of the points competition for tonight here in Redditch.
Sun's coming out, the pressure at the front of the peloton is heating up. This is going to be a great finale.
So don't go away, a lot more action to come. Just over 2.5 laps to go, and it's Tobin Horton on the front of Madison Genesis, and there are only 28 left now in this peloton.
Well, this is a team competition, and just looking further down the line to see how many other Madison Genesis riders are there. We can just see 2 JLT Condor riders just behind Tobin Horton, and that's Christian House and Ed Clancy.
And the good news for Morgan Kanitsky of Rally GAC is he cannot be beaten for the sprints competition tonight. There is one more sprint, that's the final charge for the line, and he's got a 6-point advantage over Tom Stewart. So he's already destined to mount the podium. An attack here then by Christian House of JLT Condor.
JLT Condor's Christian House trying to get that individual win. One of the riders from the leading team in the Tour Series, and that looks like John Mould leading the way across this gap to Christian House.
But what a strong man then, Mould, if he bridges up to House. Mould, the king of the sprinters last year, already with 4 individual victories to his credit in Tour history, and it looks like these bracer riders are just starting to edge away, and it looks as though they're going to get company from Rally GAC and Madison Genesis.
It's been a very difficult Tour Series round here in Redditch yet again. Christian House from John Mould leading the way, one of the Rally GAC riders coming across the gap, and what looks to be one of the Madison Genesis riders, and that looks like Mike Northey in between.
Well, these 4 looking to try and knit here as we're getting towards the closing stages, and if they swap the turns evenly, it's a rich mix of teams. And the man on the front in the white and red now is John Mould. Mould, the Welshman, with a bit between his teeth. He's eager to get on with this.
Well, One Pro Cycling in their leaders, white and red jerseys, leading the way. They have got a 2-point advantage over the team at the back, Madison Genesis in the orange helmet.
And the last time through, and we're going to count them as well as they go past, it looked there's only 2 squads, got 5 riders in that group, and it is all 5 riders to count. The lowest accumulative time for the 5 wins the prestigious team award.
So we have 4 riders leading the way. Christian House for JLT Condor, John Mould for One Pro Cycling. Just behind Rally GAC have got Kanitsky and Mike Northey at the back.
And Northey keeps looking over his shoulder, because I think he knows that they are going to get caught. They're not exactly fully committed here at the front, and it was a rider from Pedal Heaven. Yes, there we are, and that's Griff Lewis, who will be really fired up in the next round in Aberystwyth.
Just looking back here to see how many teams have got numbers towards the front. You can just see the green helmets of Pedal Heaven. They've got 5, and notice that there was 4 orange helmets also in that group behind, which means that Madison Genesis and Pedal Heaven have got 5 riders in the front of this race.
And Kanitsky at the front still looking back, and so is Mike Northey, the Kiwi, who is in the last spot in this leading 4. But they're going to get the klaxon in a moment, and just off the front fractionally was Griff Lewis. There he is then, the Welshman, as they hear the bell. 1 lap to go, 1.4 kilometres to decide round 2 of the Perlazumi Tour Series.
So Pedal Heaven in the green there, just going to cross to that front group of 4. They've realised the danger. They are looking for that team competition on the night. They want to win a round of the Tour Series, which would be a first for them.
Also near the front of the peloton was Domikalski, the Pole. He's keeping an eye on anybody else trying to get clear. Still not quite onto the back of the leaders, but he does make the junction now. So that's a good move then by the rider from Pedal Heaven, and that's Griff Lewis. So we now have a quintet of riders that have given the peloton the slip.
So a good 5-man group here. Two of the riders in this group, the two riders at the back, one from Madison Genesis, Mike Northey. He's got 4 teammates behind. Pedal Heaven, I've got 4 teammates behind. So it does look as if the team honours on the night could be going to either of the two teams, but there is an individual prize and Christian House is trying to get it.
Certainly is. He's trying to distance himself from the front, but Mole sees the danger, and Jonathan Mole now is boring down onto the wheel of Christian House, and also Griff Lewis looks across as well. So the 5 regroup, and again House tries to inject more pace and get clear.
It's a good effort, but you just see the frustration now. Christian House is really not happy about the other riders.
Well, what's happening here is every time House goes clear, they're so aware of how strong he is, they will not let him get clear. Now it's the turn of Mike Northey. Northey trying to go away, and Kanitsky decides he's going to chase down Northey.
Looks as if Christian House has maybe made a little mistake here, because does look as if Griff Lewis for Pedal Heaven is starting to be distanced. We've turned left onto Unicorn Hill, and it's Mike Northey going for the individual win.
Now this is a steep hill that leads them to the finish, and it's Northey applying the pressure, trying to shake off his shadows, but he's not winning there, and it's Kanitsky, the triple world champion, the Frenchman that looks has got plenty of riding in his legs. Kanitsky leading off the bend, and right in his wheel there is John Mould. He's celebrating the Frenchman. What's he doing? Oh, it's far too early. Mould's taking it on the left. What a gift that was. Mike Northey came over for 3rd, Christian House 4th, and Griff Lewis 5th. Well, I tell you what, he'll rue the day there, lifting his arms up, Brian. Here come the rest of the field sprinting in, and the bunch sprint taken by Chris Opie of One Pro Cycling. Well, what on earth was he doing there? They're all friends now, but Mould saying thank you.
So Kanitsky just cutting his neck there, realises he made a major mistake. He comes round the corner, moves out towards the barriers, looks to the left, doesn't see, hands go up, he doesn't see John Mould on the right hand sides. Victory gone, and what a disappointment for Rally JAC.
Yes, I think the manager will be giving him a serious talking to when they get back to the team bus. He got the victory, and then what did he do? Celebrated, and he squandered the top podium position. Christian Howe shaking his head. There's the result of the final sprint. Mole getting the 5, Morgan Kanitsky gets the 4, Nortley the 3, House gets the 2, and Griff Lewis gets the 1. And what it means is, after 2 rounds, the overall standings, Tom Stewart and Morgan Kanitsky are both tied on 24 points. We're going to hear a lot more about that competition.